Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Katie, and this is part 2 of wall yin. So all you're going to need for this class is to place your yoga mat next to a wall or a space that you don't mind leaning your legs up against. Grab a cushion or a bolster, and we're going to get some space into the hips and release the lower back as well. When you're ready, just come to sit next to your wall and we'll make a start. Sit sideways against your wall and we're going to come to lie down and send the legs up the wall. Make sure you have your cushion to hand before you get there. So the easiest way, I just slide down onto my back and then you just lift up the feet and then kind of using a little resistance of the wall, just lift up your bum and swivel yourself around. And you want to scoot your bottom as tight to the wall as you can. Just letting the legs be nice and straight here. Relax the knees. Nice option in case you need it is to use a cushion underneath the hips. So you can just lift up using the wall and place the cushion underneath you. And then we just let the legs relax back against the wall. The arms can do whatever you need them to do. Just let them rest alongside the body, open them out, have them resting on top of your tummy. And just close the eyes once you arrive. We're just going to give ourselves a few moments here in our first shape. This is our wall caterpillar. So this allows us to create a little bit of space for the hamstrings. And it also encourages a few benefits of an inversion as well. This is also the perfect pose to come into if you've had a busy day and you've been stood on your feet. Maybe you've had a really active day, you've gone for a really long walk or something like that. This is the pose for you. So just enjoy the stillness, relaxing, feeling the support of the wall and the ground underneath you. Breathing in and out through the nose. And at the top of every practice, especially yin practice, you just want to scan your body and just notice how your body feels. This is a really nice way just to bring the mind into the present moment. So we stop thinking about anything else, about what else is going on in the day or in our life, and we just focus on how we feel physically in our body. You could also take that into your mind, maybe check in with yourself energetically or emotionally. How are you doing today? Our yin posture is very much just about relaxing into the shape, using the support of whatever props we have. And for us today, this is the wall. Your wall is made of brick or at least something very strong. It's not going anywhere. So you can really just relax heavy against it. Holding our poses for 2 to 3, maybe more minutes. Allows us time in the shape just to give into gravity, to find a bigger depth to the shape, to the muscles, the joints, and the stretch that we feel. Enjoy another breath or two here. And moving it into our wall squat, just start to bend the knees so the soles of the feet start to land on the wall. And from there, just take the feet a comfortable distance apart, shoulder distance, maybe even slightly wider, and just start to bring the heels down as much as you need so that you get that kind of representation of our yogi squat. You want the knees slightly wider than the ribs, a little bit of pressure against the soles of the feet, not too much. And again, the arms just do whatever feels most comfortable. Keeping the back flat to the ground. Just feeling that compression into the hip crease. Start to breathe space into anywhere that you notice a little sensation. Just a few more breaths here. And when you're ready, just start to edge the legs back to straight, edge them back up the wall to release the knees and the hips. So our first shape for a little more depth into the hips and the glutes, it's going to be figure 4. So let's go for a bend in the left knee first, planting the sole of the foot to the ground. And for this shape, you might need to explore actually moving away from the wall, and you might actually choose to come off your cushion or your bolster. See how it feels. You might need a little bit of space between your body and the wall. So a nice bend in that left knee. Release the right foot, and the right foot just comes across the left thigh. Little flex in this right ankle. And then maybe just using the right hand to gently ease the right thigh forwards. And the distance of the left foot up the wall is entirely up to you. If you're a bit more flexy, you might want to drop the heel, bring the foot down the wall. If you need a bit more space, maybe the foot is slightly higher up the wall. So just find the point that works for you, and then we just take a pause here. And come back to your breath. And just start to notice that release into the right glute. Using the wall like this, it's a really nice alternative to using gravity in your yin practice. Sometimes the shapes can feel a little bit different when you bring them up against a wall like this. So it's nice to just explore the difference between if we were to do this lying down without the wall, which you would most likely find in a yin practice. This is coming and using something like a wall as that extra support. Starting to get more comfortable with the stillness, more comfortable with the silence and the quiet nature of your yin practice. Coming through maybe another minute or so, just over. Keep breathing. Maybe if it's available, you can slide that heel a little bit tighter towards the floor. Increase the stretch just a little bit. Last breath in here. And start to make your way out. Perhaps use both hands as support. Release the right leg up the wall. The left leg follows. And maybe a little gentle tap of the knees. And just notice what you feel down that right leg. That release of energy that can now flow after coming out of the shape. That rebound. And when you're ready, simply swap sides. Bend into the right knee, placing the foot to the floor. Left ankle comes across the right thigh. And again, make any adjustments to the shape. So depending on how tight the left-hand side feels, you might need the foot higher. You might be able to start a little deeper. Maybe you're too tight to the wall. You need a bit more space away from the wall. Treat each pose as its own shape. So this shape, it's completely new. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as that first side. Again, a little ease of the knee forwards, just using the left hand, and then just start to find that stillness. And the yin practice is a really nice moment to take a pause. Just pause your body, pause your mind, no thinking. The only thing you notice is this soft wave of your breath. Life can be pretty hectic at times, especially at the moment. This is filmed during lockdown. So it's really important just to take these few moments to yourself, where you've got nothing to do, nothing to think about, except creating a handful of shapes that will only leave you feeling so much better. So if the head feels a little busy, don't worry about it. Just maybe come back to your breath. Focus on inhaling and exhaling. And just try and still your mind. No fidgeting in the body, no fidgeting in your brain. Coming through the last minute on this side. Again, if you need something a little different, perhaps working a smidge deeper, pulling that right heel down the wall, getting a little bit tighter into the shape to access a deeper edge. Take that final breath in. As before, just releasing the left foot. Use your hands, send it high up the wall. Release the right leg as well. Notice that whoosh down the leg. Wiggle the knees if you need to. And then just take a pause. Take a little scooch of the bum a little closer to the wall if you need it. And just send the feet outwards just for a couple of breaths, just to release those inner thighs. Let the legs completely drop open. We did this in part 1 of this wall yin, of these wall yin classes. Couple of breaths. Inhale. And then using the hands, just slowly close the legs together. Very nice. So we got one pose to finish for the lower back. So we're going to roll actually onto our tummy. So just bending the knees in. Just gently roll over to one side, doesn't matter which way. And taking your time, you're just going to ease up and just come to tabletop. So we're going to find Sphinx, but using the walls to support the shins. So for me, I just come onto my elbows and step the knees back. So you want the knees at the base of the wall. So the shins are up the wall, and then gently lower the hips to the ground. For Sphinx, we keep the elbows into the ribs. A couple of options, guys, depending on how this feels. Maybe you might want to bring the elbows onto a cushion. You could always take it into more of seal pose if you're pretty flexy, stretching the arms. That's a little too much for me in yin with this shape, so I'm just going to stay here, resting my elbows on the cushion. And just relax your feet against the wall. And you should feel a little compression maybe through the lower back. So squeeze your bum if you need that extra support. Doesn't have to be super strong, just a little bit. So you're getting maybe a slight release by pressing the hip bones into the ground. Just a couple of minutes here. This is actually a really nice one for the lower back. If you do a lot of cycling, maybe a lot of running, sitting in a desk, of course, it all tightens this area up. So just explore how this feels. Maybe even closing the eyes and just enjoying that breath. One more minute here. And just notice how peaceful you've become. Yin is a really great way to bring you into rest mode. Relaxing the nervous system, relaxing the cardiovascular system, your heartbeat. So you just feel really calm. Last few breaths. Take a nice big inhale where you are. Exhale. Slowly just make your way out, perhaps dropping the chest. And again, just roll onto your side and sit up. Bring the legs around out to the side and actually just sit up with your back against the wall. If you need to, feel free to sit on your cushion and begin just with the legs out, just to release that. And you want to feel as though the base of your tail is right up against the wall. Take a nice big stretch of the arms up. Lean forwards and just flop over the legs, just rounding into the spine. A nice little counter pose to our Sphinx. Drop the head, chin to chest. Slowly lifting up. We're going to finish actually just seated here for Shavasana. So find a comfy cross-legged position. Use your cushion however you need. And just lean back against the wall. Let the hands come to rest however is most comfy, most natural. Close your eyes. And just feel that support against your shoulders from the wall. Back of the head. And this is the end of your practice. Just a final moment in peace and quiet to yourself. When you're ready, start to breathe a little bit bigger. Taking your time, just sit up away from the wall, just a smidge. Enjoy a nice big stretch as you reach the arms up and overhead, gently waking up. Bring your palms together at the heart center. Notice how you now feel. To close, thank yourself for the time and the energy you've given to your practice. Raising thumbs to the space between your eyebrows, bowing down. Namaste. Thank you so much for tuning into this practice. I hope you enjoyed exploring the wall version of your yin practice. My name is Katie. Check out my other videos. I've got a range of vinyasa and more yin available for you. If I can help with anything, please do get in touch. Leave a comment or find me on Instagram. Link in bio. Comment below. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.